aspect. And what that means is that the resources and information is all there available for the students, and it's up to them to be willing to want to learn and go out there and get the education for themselves. Like, not anyone is forcing them to go out there and get the education. Whereas today you see laws and rules that students are supposed to go to school until they're 16 or until they're a senior, and then they can decide if they want to drop out or stuff like that. These kids had a choice to go to school if they wanted to, or just flat out not go. And he believed that only well-trained teachers should teach these individuals. So you shouldn't have somebody's dad who's a mechanic come in and teach these kids something about math or cooking or basic skills that a well-trained teacher would know, because not everyone is equipped with the gift to teach people this stuff. Some of the fun facts that I have about Horace is that he gave a speech at his graduation where he believed that education, philanthropy, and republicanism would advance the human race, and it would be more of a gain to society. So he thought that these three values were pretty much way more important than anything else in life. That the way to get society to go forward is pretty much just teach them this. Education wasn't required back in the 19th century, but he was fascinated by it, and he wanted to be poverty, so he felt the need upon himself to go out there and educate himself, just so that he can live a better life. And he also had the nickname the father of education, and not because he was necessarily the father of education. He just helped kickstart the reform movement and just highlight that there's things lacking in the educational department, and he really got that noticed by most other people. Some of the critical issues that he uncovered was that during the 19th century there was a huge lack of education amongst children, and many more people were starting to become less educated. He believed that if he could help change the system, it would help people thrive better in society, so that there wouldn't be as much poverty, and there wouldn't be people just failing and not doing so hot in society. During 1837, New York, the banks had a scare that caused a lot of people to go bankrupt, and people started losing their jobs, and unemployment rates just started shooting up. And like, this could have been due to lack of education amongst people. They were making poor decisions and just not really making educated guesses and whatnot, stuff that they're doing, and so it just helped the banks go bankrupt. Thanks to Horace Mann and his concern about education being free and the value to those to come after him, it became affordable. Well, free is pretty affordable, and schools started just popping up, and more people would start going to school just so that they could be educated. He prioritized the funding and creating of common schools, which is public schools pretty much, so that everyone has a chance to become equally educated. So it wasn't just the rich getting smarter and benefiting more, and the poor not getting educated and not benefiting at all. Everyone had equal chances. His connection to Laborie had three different main points, and they were democratic equality, social efficiency, and social mobility. And I personally believe that Mann was more relative to the democratic equality one, because he wasn't able to grow up and get an education himself. He had to go out there and chase after it and get it himself. He had to fight for it and teach himself. So he helped with the concept of the common school and developing it just so that everyone else had an equal chance. The youth will all get equal opportunities, and it wasn't like we're going to pick these kids because they're smarter than these kids, or we're going to pick these kids because they have more resources and money. We're going to put everyone who wants to go to school together, the rich, the poor, blacks, whites, slaves, non-slaves, whoever. We're going to put them all together, and they're all going to learn. And that is my presentation. Thank you for listening.